Good evening, chaps and chapasses, and we're back on the Pilot 85U. We're back on the Pilot 85U, medium wave, long wave, and short wave radio. Right, and basically we've got a couple of jobs to do. We want to replace the bulbs because these are not the right ones. These are not the right ones. Let's see what voltage these bulbs are because they don't light up enough and they're going black anyway, so I've got some new ones to put in. So we can start by taking them out. They're new then, they're not 50-odd year old bulbs. I'm just trying to think where my magnifying glass is so I can have a look at right. The soldering iron's good and hot for a change. Last night the soldering iron was playing up a bit. Oh. Well, they're not bad, they're 7 volts. They're 7 volts, but I'm going to put new ones in anyway. Although they're still working, I have got new ones. Now let's have a look at this capacitor here. Now, let's see if I can replace that. I know that's 600 volts and I need a cloth. Not that one, I've got a clean one in my pocket. We need a cloth. Because I need to clean just clean the dial because it's manky. There we go. Yeah, give the this is actually a good sounding radio, to be honest. It just needs a bit of this and that here and there, really, but it's a good sounding radio, really. I mean, I've had no problem with it whatsoever. And there's supposed to be a layer of grease on there. So what we'll do, we'll start by, at least we will if we can find it. If we can't, then we'll do it last. Doesn't matter too much about that at the moment. But there is supposed to be a layer of grease on there, so I can move freely and nice and smoothly. Right, what I'd like to do really is try and there's loads of grease and muck on the top of these transformers. Now look at that. I mean, I don't suppose that matters really, but now this is the what do you call it, chassis. Make sure we're not resting on any valves. No, we're not. Because we don't want to break any valves, do we, folks, eh? Zoom out a bit. There we go. Let's get the testers and have a look at some of these capacitors and see what we need. I'll tell you what. Just clean my soldering iron. It stinks of plastic because it's got plastic on it. There you go. Right, it seems to be working okay, the soldering iron. Today, last night it was playing up a bit. As you know, as I was saying to you. Right, what I want to do really, I want to check. I want to check the let me just check the values on that smoother. Red is the outer, which yeah, it's 32, 32 and 8. Right. Well, there should be 4 legs on the bottom of that and there ain't. There should be 4 legs on the bottom of that and there's 3. So the red can't be the outer. No. Let me connect. What I'm going to connect to ground. I'm going to connect to red. Because if that's true, then it should be short. .43 43.27 microfarad. So that's right. That's a bit over, but 10.86. A bit over, but it'll do. Oh, ESR 1.72 ohms. 45.21 microfarad, 1.2 ohms on the ESR. Right, well I'm going to leave that, but the reason why is because there's no hums or anything, so I'll leave it for now. And I haven't got a replacement. So I'll leave that for now. I don't have a replacement for that capacitor. Now, let's get the yellow tester because the other one won't do, the ESR one won't test below a certain range. And I also want to test this thing here, which I think is a resistor. So yeah, it's a resistor. 31.26k. That is, that's a, call it 32k. basically I want to make sure, what I want to do is, I did actually put a new cord on this, but I want to check to see if there is a so what value is this? 0.33, 0.033 microfarad. We'll just give that one a check, because these ones here, as I pointed out, these blue things here, it's actually a Plessey, but they were known. Oops. They were known for exploding. I've come across a few of those and they've exploded, so I don't want to take any chances. Clamp that onto there. That onto there. .41 microfarad. Yeah. Well, I'll have to leave it in for now. I will put it on the list to be replaced, because I haven't got one for it. I mean, I've got very few. I'm going to check in my stuff to see what there is, but 4.7k 5 watt resistor. I mean, in my heavy duty wire wounds I will actually have, that's across the neutral, that's across the live. Just have a look. Yeah, that's the live side there, and that's the live side there, the switches. That's the live side. Yeah. There's one there, 50 microfarad. That's an electrolytic, an orange one. Orange paper one. And that's rated at 25 volts and 50 mic, so let's test that. That'll be the so I'll be testing all these that are around the audio output valve. There we go, what have we got? In circuit leaky. Right. Just see if it really is. In circuit leaky. Connect that back up to that, and then connect that back up to that. .95.94 it gives, but what I'll do I will put a new one in. Let's get one of them out of the. Well, what I'll do, I'll decide. I'm going to replace that one, but I want to double check all the rest as well. Make sure that everything is okay. But that's going to get replaced. It's actually not in bad nick, this radio, to be honest. It's the only thing is you can't clip things on the certain places. So just hold it tight, hold against it. .73 NF. And that's a 0.047, so I'd say that's okay. And that's pretty much. And that yellow capacitor there, that's been replaced, but I will still test it. But I'm more interested in doing this side first. I'll do this side and then move over. This is the power amp. Pardon me. This is the power amp stroke power supply section. And just get me 6-volt bulbs. Should be over here when I seen them earlier. I think they're over here. Oh. They should be. I should just have to cut a couple left from when I bought the last lot of bulbs I had. Oh, there's more than a couple. Alright. And these ooh. Right. I hate it when you can't get them out. And these should be 6-volt bulbs. Yep. I could read that without a magnifier. It's just I don't like the way that goes in there. I don't feel as though it's making the contact, but yeah, it must be. just slacken that one off. What we can do, we can just test. Yeah. Just test. Make sure that I'm happy. Just undo that one a minute. Yeah. Let's try and get this all fucking screw in straight. That's right. Yeah, 10 ohms. That reads. That's good enough. Right, so that's the dial lamps replaced. Now I need to replace that 50 microfarad by 25 volt capacitor. So let's find a new one. 50 microfarad, 25 volts. .47 UF. We've got an axial one here. Oh, it's not a radio. 450 volts, so I'm not putting that fucker in, I'll save that for another job. Now let's see what this tells me what it is on the tester. Because this is the one I'm going to put in. It's 47 mic, it'll do the job. Now let's see what the tester tells us it is. Make sure that it's good, you see. Because you never know, I've even known brand new parts to be bad. .9 and 0. Yeah. It's just 1%, just one little bit off the 47. That'll do. And point some ohm, 0.0 some ohms. That'll do. Now, right. So it is a polarised one. Move this one over here. See, these paper ones need to be replaced, but unfortunately I haven't got anything at the moment to replace them with. I need to buy some stuff in. Actually, I might have something to do. I might have something actually. Move these out of the way. Lift this out if I can. Right. Snippers down there. And all we do really, the pliers, right. And just basically soldered a new one in, and soldering iron's behaving itself today, folks. Last night it was very not wanting to cooperate, the old soldering iron, but today, drop that in that switch there a minute. But today, the soldering iron is behaving, it's staying on, it's... Right, gosh. There we go. No. Nope. Try adding a new bit of solder. And this negative side of it goes to deck. Do you know something? If I'm ever given a second chance, if I'm ever given a fucking second chance on this earth, I'm coming back right-handed. There we go. That's the new 50 mic, well 47. It's a new 47 mic in. Now, this point too, I'm wondering if I've got any of those in. What are these orange drops? No, those orange drops. Oh, and then I've got some here. But I'm just looking, I'm just going to test them first. See if I need to change them, because they're only on the, what do you call it? These are only on the, they're only on the pickup. And, you know, I don't see why I should need to change those, because I can't see why they would even fail. I mean, they're not doing any work. No, they're okay. That's okay. I'm going to leave them. I'm going to leave them. The reason why is because I believe them to be okay. I'm not wasting throwing new parts in for the hell of it. Right. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick. What I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to stick the knobs back on. Right, so that's about it really. I mean, I want to change that capacitor on the bottom, but I haven't got one the right value, so not really much point in me complaining about it. Let me just, right, what I want to do, right, I want to actually adjust the aerial trim for the AM aerial. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to actually put it back together, because I do know it works. So, oh, hang on. I do know it works because I've used it, but I was using it for my kitchen radio. Well, what I want to do is put this back in, and I want to tighten. What I want to do is I want to go around. I want to go around with a nut. I want to go around. Go around with a tool and tighten. Oh Jesus! I've got a nut driver that fits the speaker. Tighten that up. I know it does rackle a bit, and no wonder it's all dead loose. Look at that. Speaker's dead loose. Look at that. Now, that won't fit the other nuts. So what I'll have to do is go around, well, try and find that. Ow! Just shift the soldering iron. That's fine. Try and find one that will. That's all my pliers in there. I've got my big pliers there, I might have to use those. I did actually have some fucking nut drivers. I actually have some nuts, some fucking. Actually had some in here. Actually had a nut driver in here, I don't know where it's gone. Did actually have one. I haven't got a clue where I put it. I'll take it out and I'll brought it back. No. Well, that's. To do with them ones. What I want to do now, all I want to do now is I just want to go around. Can't get it with them. Oops. I just really want to tighten the actual grill. That's that one tight. Because I know it rackles. That's tight. Oh, pardon me. Tight. Oh. tight. There we go. Right. And there's some screws down there in the front, put them away. Screws down there in the front, which hold the dial in place. Too big. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Right, so basically there's also a couple of nuts missing as well, because you're supposed to bolt the chassis in at the front as well as the back. But given that they're missing, there's not really a lot I can do about that. And that's the aerial, and that's the aerial. Which goes in that way, and lift. Oops. There we go. Let's find the screw for the aerial. That's felt a bit. Maybe that screw, right? That's the one for it. And that's la-da-doo. Laura, you still got one of my screwdrivers. Good. I've got my daughter over, literally over, she lives over the road. Well, it's got it anyway, so let's get it nipped up. This screwdriver doesn't like this screw. Yeah, that's what's going on. Right, that's that. The frame aerial back in. And there's a couple of jobs I want to do, but what I actually want to do is I just want to adjust, and I hope I don't have to do it with the chassis out, because I want to do it with the chassis in. I want to adjust the aerial. Like I say, there wasn't actually anything wrong with this, it was just wanted to give it a proper check up really, because when I got this I put a new power lead and one on it, but, and as I say, it's only my kitchen radio. It's not like I'm gonna let's make sure right. Up. Just put the knobs back on. Needs a polish. But this is a nice radio. I do. I mean, the sound the knobs make and controls make when you turn them. Controls don't do that now. I mean, they don't make things like they used to. If you went to a company today and said to them, build me a radio like it was made 50 years ago, wouldn't have a fucking clue, would they? They wouldn't know where to friggin' start. Right, well that's that. I've got the current limiter lamp in. Let's we'll power it up to begin with. Is that the right fucking plug? I unplugged that, have I unplugged that fucking, let's say I've unplugged the fucking Variac. That's frequency counter. Let's turn the soldering iron off. Let's say I've unplugged the Variac by mistake at some point. The Variac's there. Right. That's the Variac. No, it's that one, it's right. Oh, there we go. It's right. We'll let it warm up for a minute. Nothing. Oh, there we are. There we go.
And I like to ration the despair I experience in any given.
He's probably got that squad as well. Yeah. By the way, have you seen how many strikers and France have got as well? I mean, it's absolutely...
Of my the greatest hits.
That's shortwave, fuck all on that.
Again, we were watching it.
Long wave.
With no possibility of being bought.
The greatest hits for Manchester.
Why is there no dial lamps? I just put 2 new bulbs in that. I don't understand that. I just put 2 new dial lamps in that, so why are they not working? Put the thing in there and pull it, it's working. Just dial lamp's not blown, have they? I mean, I've tested, I mean, these are brand new dial lamps. You can't be fucked. They are the right voltage. Well, they're blown. They're 6 volts. They're 6 volts and they're blown. That's good, isn't it? Just get a battery. How about that? They're 6 volts and they're blown. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. I thought it had. No, it hasn't. I just put 9 volts in it, lit up. So let's see if we get the that's... Laura? Who are you on the blower to? Well, tell her I said hello. Yeah. It's that one there. It's that one there. I don't fancy pulling all the fucking knobs back off. But it's that bulb there. It's not making proper contact. Because when I do the what I could do, pull the audio output valve, pull this valve, pull that, I don't think, just test the bulb, just test it on the battery. No, it's killed that one. Yep, it's killed that bulb. So let's find another bulb. Unless that fucking bulb was defective from the beginning. Let's try that one. There we go. You can see that one's okay. So what I'll do, pop this one into the radio. I'm putting the right amount. I'm putting the right bulbs in. I mean, they are 6-volt bulbs. It does say 6-volt in the manual. Laura!
What?
Becky's on the phone, not a million miles away.
I know I'm doing an impression of someone.
Well, don't, because it's going on video.
Oh, you poor thing.
Well, I'm mending a radio.
Right, well stop talking to me then, get on with it. Autism
I'm hoping that the bulb was defective. I mean, it only blew one, so we'll see. See what happens this time. Let's turn that. Yeah, let's turn it off. Yeah, I see it, the bulb just blew as soon as I turned it on. Where's one of them old ones? So obviously, let's find the one that ain't blackened. That's blackened. That one's okay. Let's put one of the old ones back in. Obviously, there's an issue. So it's plugged, unplugged here. So yeah, I just seen it blow as I turned it on. So obviously, hey, put the original one back. Which was a bit of a bastard. I don't understand. Yeah. I mean, that's... Well, it says 6 volts in the manual, but it doesn't mean... Where's my torch? I'm looking to see Jay's Vintage Junk in his next video, see how he gets on with his record player. Looking forward to watching that. It's always interesting to watch somebody bring an old record player back from the dead, or an old radio, and he's done a couple just lately. He's done good jobs on them as well. So I'm not happy with that. Well, it's right. I just think we should push it a bit further, that. So as far as it'll fucking go, oh well, it's in. Let's see what happens here. Probably blow this fucking side now, but we'll see. Are we getting any? Well, we're on. Still no dial lights. Alright, let's change out the light. I don't understand that. Yeah, well, obviously that's a 7-volt one. You wouldn't think that there'd be much fucking difference. Oops. That didn't tighten up very well. See, there's 2 reasons why I don't put my fingers in there. One is because they're a bit fat, and the other one is you don't know if they're stray electrons. Now, see if it comes on this time. I mean, the bulbs are in series, so if one blows, well, the dial lights are on this time. Not very bright, but they're on.
Just for us, he done really well and scored the goals. But then we went young, the likes of Mackay and Cummins and promoted us to Tyler Walker, etc. These are young players. I think you have to build them all the time. I think in our minds.
So they are on, but they're dark.
If we came in at 10th, 11th, 12th, we'd build in after last season. And then you looked at
They are on,
far more. Hopefully,
as you can see, but they're dark. I mean, I'd expect a bit more brightness out of them than that.
frustration. The owner's the owner. Yeah. It's their choice, isn't it?
The finest hand-picked selection of 80s tracks the world has ever known. 80s masterpieces that are perfect to kick off your weekend. Both sounds absolute intense. Absolute Radio.
You were saying this is about money not going into the club. What are they saying?
I think there's just a lot of frustration on so many different fronts. If you are a West Ham fan at the moment, you don't have to be a West Ham fan to look at it, especially their season. And
Wolves, especially Wolves,
I think, yeah, but I respect them for the fact they've made that real statement of intent. We spoke earlier about Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk. They wanted, they wouldn't have got him. And I think Wolves have come out and they've got some players there, the likes of Neves and Jota, etc., and Cavallero. These are top-class players. You know, playing in the Championship right now, they can come to the deal, I'm sure, with the Pep.
Well, that's medium wave. And that's long wave. For call.
Touch with it.
I don't know where's. Well, that's shortwave. That's shortwave and medium.
Of them, but we are doing better than last season and to do better than.
It's amazing that.
That's long wave, but don't work very well. Not that it matters.
I remember the Stoke game a couple of weeks ago. Stoke played at Old Trafford, and Paul Pogba was absolutely sensational in that game. But I remember watching it and just thinking, he's sensational, but he is all over the place. Like, go
Backside. That would be.
On Absolute Radio, the greatest hits of the decade. It's Claire Sturgis here with Curiosity Killed the Cat and Misfit. I could never pronounce the name of the lead singer of that band. I know his name was Ben, could never do the surname, and I'm not going to try and start now. It Bites ahead of that, Calling All the Heroes, Paul McCartney, and Duran Duran with Hungry Like the Wolf. Next week on Absolute 80s, we're giving you a chance to win tickets to see Kim Wilde on her UK the Absolute 80s website, so go and check that out from Monday. And this weekend on our sister station, Absolute Radio 90s, we are celebrating the true kings of the 90s.
You never promised I'd done that one.
I can't remember the other player that was in there with him, but it was a good performance, and it looked solid. And I know, it was against Yeovil, but I just thought that looks more like a Jose side. So, yeah, I'll more than the performance. Things that they just, that surprised me a little bit, but I can almost guarantee you, I don't think you see that again against the top two.
On Paul Pogba, what's his best position? Where would you play Paul Pogba? Because Jermaine is right, he goes looking for work, doesn't he? Would you play him in much more of a central role and say to him, I want you to basically go from the centre circle, get back, do some tracking back, but also drive forward?
It's a work balance again, because you've got a prodigious talent there, and he can dominate games and dictate the tempo and intensity of a game, and he has the all-round all-round game to really impact the Premier League. But as Jermaine rightly said, when you play the top teams, they have the discipline, they have the intensity to win the ball back. United won't have the ball domination. They hit like a couple of.
Start thinking that. How about?
Again.
On the 20th February at Printworks. Founder of Joe Loves, Polly Tucker, co-founder of Not on the High Street.
Well, he always had Pirlo and Vidal just sat in there doing that disciplined work, not really moving, and he kind of went on the left wing, he on the right wing, and he created goals for teams.
For now, that'll do, folks. That's the pilot. That's the pilot 85U. That'll do for now. That's it's working. But then again, having said that, I had the light in. So let's try it with the light out because it might get more. It might go brighter now.
In the 4-2-3-1 system, those white so their responsibilities are not really in their mind.
Well, they're brighter now.
Not to tuck in and get back and help the midfielder because that's why you've got two sitters in that position. And the other thing for United was the partnerships. I didn't see any partnerships on that pitch.
Yeah, they're brighter now.
Matic and Pogba, the Phil Jones and Smalling.
That's Radio 4 on long wave.
To start throwing money at things, yeah, then you'd probably go.
Tom Salt, 5:30. Be glad to see you.
Don't get me wrong, but I think Fellaini does a job. I think if you want to hunt down City, then you need to go and get those types centre midfielders in there kind of that are of that quality.
And essentially keep hold of your keeper as well, because that rumour is still going away, is it? That De Gea one day will possibly go to Real Madrid. How many players do you think they're away, Mark?
I'm not going to avoid your question here, but I think
So you put your hand on the side of
points
it.
ahead of some high quality teams in the Premier League, and Man City having an outstanding season. I'm thinking back to when we were in Scotland with Rangers and the rivalry up there. And Celtic had a start last season, they're unbeaten. They just won every game. And everyone's going, oh, you're so far behind Celtic. But they had this exceptional season. And this year, of course, they're doing very well again, but the gap is nowhere near as wide because they've dropped points. City are having that season this year. And I think Jose's point is very valid.
Right, well, that's the... Let's turn this off. Right, that's the... What do you call it? That's the Pilot 85U. I didn't spray the switches because you don't need it. I replaced one capacitor because it was out of tolerance, electrolytic, which was on the audio valve, probably the grid capacitor. Cathode, probably the cathode bypass. I've not checked the other circuit. But yeah, that's as good as it, probably as good as it can get. And there's no point replacing them paper waxes because they only go to the pickup socket for plugging the record player, and they only go there. So that's that, folks. There's very little on that radio to do. I've got to put the back on. I've not done that. I'll do that later. I want to give it all a good polish before I put it back in the kitchen because, as I say, it's my kitchen radio. Right, I'm back, folks. Briefly, like I say, that's as far as I go with it. It's only my kitchen radio. It's not like I'm going to sell it. If I was going to sell it, I'd do a proper job, but I'm going to leave it at that. Well, I say I have done a proper job, but if I was going to sell this, I'd do a recap. But I'm not going to because I'm not going to sell it. It's my kitchen radio. It's what I use when I'm cooking my food. It does need a polish up before it goes back in. And thank you very much for watching. I have to see. I can't wait for the next swap meet to come up because I've not really got anything left. I've got a big reel-to-reel tape recorder. I'm stuck on that. I've got a problem with the sound. I've got a Grundig reel-to-reel. I've got a Ferguson. I'll tell you what I might do. I might put the Ferguson video on the bench over the weekend, and we can have a do at that and see where we go. That's got a short in it. As soon as you turn it on, it blows a fuse on the regulator board. So there's something in there that's not happy. So we'll give that a look at and see if we can get that thing to run again. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did indeed watch, if you have a comment, feel free to leave it below. And I shall catch you later, folks. Bye for now.